welcome back to The Dish. Okay, so much like you practice your craft in sports, invest time and energy, I think you should do the same for your marriages. And there's no shame in getting outside help from folks, coaches, and counselors that can have the tools really to help you do that. And joining us today is Miss Selena Keys from Family Counseling Center of the CSRA. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Well, during our Wedding Vendor Showcase, I thought it was important to really hit the foundation of marriages and relationships and working to make them better and stronger. And so we kind of chatted beforehand, and you all gave us the 3 areas that people or marriages will typically struggle in the first 5 years of marriage. And I want to go over those. Those are transition, expectation, and intimacy. So it can be a little personal, but I want to start with transition. What is the most difficult thing about that for couples, and what can they do to cope?
So one of the things that we find very early, especially the first year of marriage, is the transition from being a single independent person to now going to a place where they're a union, where we're considering not just one person, but we're now connected as partners. And I think part of the way that we recognize or how to fix that is the first thing we have to own and recognize is that we are all selfish people at our core. And that's hard because we've been programmed to think that, you know, it's this person who's selfish, I'm not selfish, right? We've been programmed to think that it's a bad thing. But recognizing that we're selfish is the first step in being able to fix it. Learning how to compromise, and then also asking for help. I think asking for help is a big problem that we have, just being able to ask for help, recognizing that there's a problem.
Absolutely, and that even goes taking a step further when you start to have kids as well. All of those apply again. So, and that's obviously a struggle area where people will face maybe some hard times there, but learning to be aware, I think, is important. Okay, expectations. A lot of us tend to think roses and cupcakes, but sometimes there's some mud pies along the way. Reality hits, disappointment sets in. What can help with those expectations?
So a big thing that will help in the beginning of our relationships that we don't often do is have these discussions, talk about the expectations, right? We all come from different backgrounds, we all come from different experiences, and those experiences lead us to have expectations. And I just think that because my experience were like this, yours should be like that too, right? So really communicating about what our expectations are about roles, for example, what's the wife's role, what's the husband's role, things like money, things like childcare. Those conversations are really important early in the relationship, that way they don't come out later in the relationship.
Oh my goodness, you're absolutely right, because we have the expectation going in and then they don't even know about it. So how do you expect that to work, right? Okay, so this next one is very personal. Intimacy. Woo, the honeymoon stage is over, right? Life gets in the way, time gets filled up with just living life. What are some ways to avoid that disconnect?
Making time, I think, is one of the most important things that we have to do in our relationships to continue that intimate connection.
Right.
Scheduling date nights, scheduling time every day, understanding that marriage takes work every single day. I think that what we don't understand is every day we don't do work in our marriage drives that distance farther and farther between us and gets harder and harder to get the connection back and the intimacy. So making time every day for your marriage.
Absolutely. You think about just the work and effort that you put in other areas of your life. The same thing needs to be done for your marriage, y'all. And so I often say you make time for what you want to make time for. So making sure that it's a priority. Thank you so much for believing in relationships and everything that you guys do there. You're really working to make these relationships work, and we appreciate you guys for doing that. You have 15 years experience alone. You guys can visit their website. What is that website again?
FCCCSRA.org.
There you go. And one of the important things to know is that they never turn down an individual or a couple based on finances. So if you're looking for that help and you really want it, contact them and they will do their best to help you. Thank you so much again. And guys, don't forget, you can go to thedishon6.com and vote. You can be a part of the planning and wedding process for the winning couple. Now, if you go to thedishon6.com, you can actually vote for the top marriage advice that you would give based on what the Family Counseling Center of the CSRA has given, guys. Thank you so much, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're getting an inside view of Windsor Manor, the magical venue. We'll be right back.